Cussin, I guess.
Welcome to our first episode of Cookin and a Cussin, starring Granny. Say hi, Granny.
Hi.
What are you making today, Granny?
I'm going to make bologna gravy, biscuits.
Bologna gravy and biscuits. So, tell us what all you need.
Alright, first of all, with your bologna, you either take 2 thin slices or 1 thick slice, and then you cut it like so.
Master Chef right here.
Then you get your skillet turned on. Get the damn thing on that.
She's cooking in an iron skillet with the wrong burner. There you go.
Okay, put a little bit of oil or lard or whatever you want to use. It doesn't matter. It all has a flavor. Don't just put in about 1/4 of a cup. Now I'm one of them people, I'm a dumper. I'm not a counter.
What she means by that is she doesn't measure shit. She eyeballs it.
So what you
So
do
she's got about that much oil.
put your bologna in. Get your fork.
Girls, quit screaming, Bean.
Get your fork and let it cook till it starts sizzling. You can make your bologna smaller than this if you want to. Just whatever you individually want to do. Then you add some salt, and it's a dumper, and some pepper, and that's a dumper. And gotta get some, oh yo, where's it at here? Butter, same thing. Just some butter. Get this thing a-going here. Wait for it to fry. You really basically just make it like you do any gravy, only you just, the name changes. But I like my bologna a little bit, cut a little bit big like this so I can taste it in the gravy.
So you can cut it to personal size, right?
Yeah.
If you want it finer or whatever.
And I'm going to cheat because I'm going to put canned biscuits in today. I don't feel like making biscuits. And it's starting to cook. And it takes a while. With gravy, you're constant stirring and got to. But if you use a fork, it's a lot easier than it is with a spoon. Of course, that's individual preference. But I would rather use a fork because it mashes your flour up quicker. I'm just slow. I got.
Who taught you how to make bologna gravy?
Well, I kind of done it myself because I was raising my family and I didn't have a lot of money and it's a cheap meal.
So you just thought of it?
Yeah.
Nobody told you a recipe or nothing? You just started doing it?
I don't know, people probably made it way before I did. I don't know, but nobody ever said anything to me. I just made bologna gravy because bologna was all I had to eat at the time. And it was just a cheap meal and it filled everybody up. So, see it simmering? You really don't have to put that much grease in it if you don't want it. It's just a matter of preference. I like to use lard in place of oil, but I'm kind of shortcutting today. You put your fork in the flour bin. You take 1 and at least 2 forkfuls. Are you seeing my forkful?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's what you do.
Big heaping forkful.
And then you start stirring. That's going to make a lot of gravy, looks like. I'm going to turn my part in. Just kidding.
And you can like do more bologna. If you're trying to make more, you can do more bologna, right? Just double the ingredients.
Yeah, you can make however much you want. You know, you can, if you want a big skillet full, you just add a little more bologna, a little more flour. But you just keep stirring until it starts to brown little. Gotta let it cook like this in order to get the flavor of the bologna. By the way, I'm not knocking bologna or whatever, but don't use Kentucky Border when you make bologna gravy because it's got a real bad salty taste to it. Anything else is good, but Kentucky Border is not. And I'm not knocking the product, I'm just saying it's not the best bologna in the world to make gravy out of. Come on. Come on, come on.
You got anything else? You can talk other than gravy. You can talk about whatever else. You got anything else on your mind today?
No, I'm tired. You put plenty of pepper, plenty of salt. Now, like I said, I'm a dumper, so you kind of use it like to your own preference. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of butter at oleo, and I'm gonna put a little bit in, about
that much.
a tablespoon, teaspoon, rounded. And I put in here, and that helps the flavor. See where the bologna's starting to brown? You don't want it to burn, but you need it to brown a little bit to get your flavor. Okay. What's my biscuits doing today? So I should already add them in. Why's Willie running?
From the kids.
Okay, now, pour in milk to where you think that it'll, see where your gravy gets kind of brown? But it'll probably be pretty white, but when you get done.
How do they know how much milk to dump in there, Granny?
You know, it's hard for me to say. You just have to go by how big your skillet is, how much gravy you want to make. If it's not enough, add milk. If it's too much, add a little bit of water. As long as it's milk, it will thicken. Water in it will not. So if you need it to thicken, this is what you do. I'm going to show you. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to use it, but I'm going to show you. You get some flour, another forkful about, and you put it in a measuring cup like this. Then you take your milk, and you put it in here like this, and you stir it up like this. See what my gravy's doing. And this will make it thicker. But if it's too thick for you, then you add water, just plain water to the gravy mix that's in your skillet. Now I'm going to pour it in just to show you. I may have to add more milk. Do you see how it's thickening up already from where I poured that in?
Yeah. So how would they know if they need to add more water or more milk? What would be the point?
On the thickness that they want their gravy. If they like a thin gravy, then they should add more milk or a little bit of water. If they like a thick gravy, then they need to mix this up like this. If it's not thick enough.
Hey girls, Granny's doing a video, hush.
Oh, you know, it's kind of what you want yourself. You have to try and error with it. Play with it a little bit. Don't be afraid to. Because it's still edible even if you screw it up a little bit. But, like I said, milk will keep thickening in your skillet with your gravy already done.
So milk thickens and water thins.
I need to... Let me get spin. And my gravy.
I just wanted to help.
Now this is what I call a thin gravy. To me, that's a thin gravy.
So do you like thin gravy or thick
No,
gravy?
I like a medium gravy. I don't like it real thick and I don't like it real thin. But one thing with gravy, you have to keep stirring because if you don't, it will scorch. And you see it's getting thicker.
You said you got to constantly stir it?
Yeah, you should stir it all the time while it's cooking. Now they saw how thin it was. See how much thicker it's getting with just milk and that thickening?
You think you'll like his cooking show, Granny?
Yeah, I think I will. I like to cook. Get out here. I ain't feeding you no biscuits and gravy. Okay, the gravy's done. Now,
All right, Beanie, go in there.
You turn this all your fire off, and if your biscuits are not quite done like mine are, you can wait a little while, and if your gravy gets cold, then you can add a little bit of milk, turn the fire on, stir it, and it's ready to go. So it's not, I mean, making gravy and having gravy is not a big, it's really real simple to do. It's just common sense, mainly. Now this is the thickness I like my gravy. But like I said, it's preference. If you don't like it that thick, water it down a little bit. Just do a little bit of water at a time. Not a lot, a little bit. As you see, I've turned my fire off and it's still cooking. So it will thicken and cook. If you don't want it to thicken, take it off the fire. Take it off your burner. Because with an iron skillet, it keeps cooking.
What if it's not an iron skillet?
Well, then you really got to stir. And it probably will quit cooking when you turn the fire off. More salt and pepper. Put it back on my fire. Back on my milk. What's my biscuits doing? Getting there. Now mine's getting a little bit too thick to suit me, so I'm going to add a little bit of milk. Just a little bit. And I can't tell you exact because like I said, I'm a dumper. I'm not a measure. Now when it comes to something else like goulash and stuff like that, I can tell you the measurements pretty much. But with gravy, I'm just a dumper. I can, and it's preference. It's what you like or what you want, how you want it to taste, or if you want it thick or thin, or however you want it. I don't know if y'all can learn from me or not.
It looks good.
I'm
a dumper.
I'm a dumper. I don't measure on it. I don't measure. The only thing that I do try to measure is if I'm cooking something other than gravy, I try to measure my flour. Other than that, I don't measure. And sometimes I don't do that. And if you start doing this and making this and practice at it, it'll just come to you natural. You'll know what to do.
Are we just waiting on the biscuits now?
Just waiting on the biscuits.
Go ahead.
My biscuits about done. Before I break them out, I take butter and brush over the top of them with a brush, with a paintbrush. That makes the top soft. So they're about ready to come out. My gravy's ready. You always stir it again before you try to serve it because it'll thicken up. And I'll show you how thick it is. That's the way I like mine. Everybody to their own. Let me get these biscuits out of here before they burn out. Get me a plate.
Plate.
Small one's all right. There you go.
Taste it. You got to do the bite.
I always taste that when I'm cooking. Good.
Again.
It done me good. You bite?
Yeah.
Good.